Oh, today we're digging deep into John Jackson Miller's Batman Revolution book. We got some surprises for you, and we're going to hit spoilerific territory, but it's going to be worth every single iota. All right, everybody, we're excited here today on Two Geeks and a Microphone.
Welcome to the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast, your one-stop shop for television, movie, video games, comic books, book reviews, and more. Now, without further ado, here's Steven and Mike.
Hello there. So who talks first? You talk first? I talk first.
I will talk first. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Two Geeks and a Microphone. I am your co-host, Mr. Steven Boster, along with the one, the only, who is bat prepared, Mr. Michael Shanks. Mike, say hey to everybody.
Good morning to all you geeks out there in Geekdom land.
There he is. You're holding your copy. Here, let me put it on the screen so that way everybody can see the, where are you? There it is. Mike, full screen. Batman Revolution. I should have gotten my book at the desk, but yeah. So we both have read it. I read it and I finished it some time ago. But it was we're excited about talking about it because there's some neat things we kind of talked when we had John Jackson Miller on the show, everybody. We talked about it and then that we tried to be careful with stuff, and today will not be that day. We will hit spoilerific territory about it. And if you have not read the book, we're going to ask you not to watch the show when we get to it. When we get to the spoilerific stuff, it's the spoilerific stuff is worth reading in or listening if you have Audible. It's worth waiting for. We definitely don't want to spoil it. So we're going to have the spoilerific banner up the whole time that we talk when we get to spoilerific territory. So, but with that, I'm pretty excited. Mike, anything else intro wise that you have?
No, not really. I'm like ready to jump into this episode. So
okay, all right. So let's do this. We're going to go ahead and go into. Do you have any geeky news? I forgot to ask you.
I have no geeky news whatsoever. Mando and Grogu coming out in a couple weeks.
Yes,
and
next week. So everybody, we are going to do an episode. We're going to go ahead and do next week is Grogu. The Mandalorian Grogu. So we're gonna watch that. It's gonna be really good. It's gonna be fun.
I have started rewatching the Mandalorian season.
Have you?
Yeah, I got through all but the last 2 episodes of the first season. So,
wow. Yeah, I didn't. I got too much other things going on.
It popped up after I was watching Darth Maul. And
yes.
I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll watch Mando, especially since it's coming out.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a nice rewatch. Let's just put it.
Disney Plus tries to get me to watch The Acolyte.
Yeah, I was doing that too.
I was like, I don't want to watch The Acolyte, and then there's these news articles saying that The Acolyte, it's having a resurgence and stuff. And I'm like, no, it's not.
No,
what are you talking about?
No, it's
kind
not.
of a thing.
Well, I think now they're pushing Mando because the movie's coming out in a week, so which is fine. I don't mind rewatching Mando.
Early reviews are mixed. I read that last night. They're mixed. So which is great because that's the all the reviewers, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Which when they poo-poo on a movie, I actually have a good time with them. So, that I'm like excited. I'm like, oh, that's great news for me. Cause that means I'll usually love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go. Well, I guess we'll head right on to the Geekdar then. That'll be good.
Go with the radar, sir.
What's wrong with it?
I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps.
The what? The what? And the what?
You know, the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps.
It's not all he's lost.
Spaceballs, the new one.
That's right. I
I
love
can't
that. Yeah,
I
it'll be
hope
good.
it's gonna be good.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun no matter what. All right. Well, first off, everybody, I'll go first on this one.
Okay.
And then as Mike gets stuff together, but I yesterday after the show, I went to go see the movie Mortal Kombat 2.
Oh, cool.
And I really enjoyed it. It's it's getting mixed reviews too, but it is exactly what people wanted from the first Mortal Kombat. It is, you get the game, you get the fights, you get the tournament, which they didn't do anything with the tournament. They just had some fights and they were okay. But this one, you've got the fatalities. There's some fatalities in there and some really cool special effects. Carl Urban plays Johnny Cage, which actually was a really good choice, and he does a really good job. And so it was, I may end up going to see it. I have a neighbor friend who, we get together every now and then to watch movies and stuff. And so he said he wants to go see it this weekend. So I may go this weekend again to go see Mortal Kombat 2. So there's my review, everybody. Was it worth seeing in the theater? Yes. Is it worth seeing in the theater a second time with a friend who hasn't seen it? Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah. So
Well, I know we reviewed the first one actually. That was a long time ago too.
Yeah.
That
This
might have
one
been in our first year.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was. It was 5 years ago, I think. Yeah, I think
Jeez.
you're right.
Wow.
So, yeah, this is what they gave. They listened to the feedback they got from the first movie, and it was nonstop action. I mean, just you stop, pause. Oh, now there's another fight. Okay, that's end. Oh, whoops. Oh, here we are for another fight. Oh, okay. Oh, here's a little dialogue. Oh, there's another fight. So they kept it moving pretty steadily. Some of the acting in it's not so great, but Carl Urban does a really good job in the sequences he's at, and there's some good fun surprises in it. And so, yeah, there you have it. There you are.
Very cool. If I can afford to go see it, I will.
Yeah, right.
Right now, Mando had the
that's right. They got the budget money for the movie for this month. Yes.
Okay. So my geek dart today, like a lot of times, is comic books. And actually, I wasn't going to show one, but after yours and my discussion just before the show, I thought I'd show this other one too. So we'll actually start with that. It's the latest issue of Batman, which is Batman One Will Fall. And if you can see there, it has Batman and Batgirl on the cover.
Back to back fighting. Hi-ya!
In a fighting pose. But what was cool is I haven't actually read the issue yet. That's because I'm very behind on my Batman comics. But
that's all right.
I was flipping through because I have a tendency to flip through them, even though I haven't read them yet. And I was flipping through this one, and I found something interesting, and this is what I was showing you. And I thought, okay, I'll go ahead and talk about this during Geekdar. But at the end of the book, so this might be a little spoilerific, but at the end of the book, there's this scene of Barbara Gordon being taken off by the police. And then the next page is an ad for a little mini series of Barbara Gordon in prison. So
Breakout.
Yeah, called Breakout.
I love it how she's got a little smirk on her face
that looks
in the
good,
Breakout
doesn't it?
cover. It's actually, that's a really good cover.
So I might have to add that to my pull.
Yeah, you heard it first here, everybody. He's adding more. Wait a minute. I think we say that every week where he's adding more to his pull list.
Well, now the good thing is that looks like it's it's just one story. So, or, it might be a few issues or something, but that's a one shot.
A 4-part miniseries.
Right. Yeah. So I'm good with that. But, so yeah, that's the latest issue of Batman there. I'm trying to get my tape back. And then I also have, and I've got the other 3 issues behind me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here, let me pull it up again. There you go.
Issues 1, 2, and 3 of Batman Year 2. These are the facsimile reprints. So these are
Nice.
exact reprints from the original comic books back in the day. The only thing different will be the price in the corner. I wish they would have gave us the original price too, but unfortunately they didn't. So this is book 4. So I just got book 4 of that, and it is a Todd McFarlane cover, which is really super cool. I like his version of Batman. And if you're listening, this shows Batman with the really cool Todd McFarlane cape with all the little spiked ends and everything. And then Batman has a sickle and a gun, which through this whole series he's had a gun. So, but the sickle is very reminiscent of Batman Bad Phantasm, which was the first animated Batman movie.
Yes. Yes. Do you know that came out on my around time of my birthday, and I went to go see it, and I was like the only person in the theater because I went to like an early show, and I was like the only person there. There was like I think there was maybe one or two other people that were sitting way back, but it was like I had the whole theater to myself to see Batman Mask of Phantasm.
I like Batman Mask of Phantasm. I think it's a good movie. But apparently they borrowed from this storyline to get that Batman mask.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe one of these days we might have to review Batman Year 2.
Okay. That sounds fun. Brenda says it seems like his comic book pool does increase regularly. Huh.
I try to keep it to $20 per trip.
There you go.
So usually it's 3 or 4 issues. So,
I know, right? Yeah, it's like ouch.
I don't go get the whole pull every time. I usually go through it and find, this is going to be really good for Geekdar. Oh, Steven
I'm back.
disappeared.
Yeah, it was my internet connection dropped and came back. Sorry, go ahead.
A lot of times I'll go, okay, let me see my pull, and they'll pull it out, and I'll start going through the issues, and I'll think, oh, this one will be good for a Geekdar. So let me get this now.
There you go.
And then I'll go, oh, okay, this one I want to read, but I probably never will read it. Because I'm bad like that. So on and so forth. And then I'll go, here, put these back. I'll get them next week or next paycheck. Next paycheck, there'll be more in there. And then I have to go through and do the same thing.
Yep. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger. All right. Well, I got one last thing, but I got to change my camera angle and here a little bit. So give me just a second here. So my brother came by last night and he says, "Hey, I've got something for you." And I said, "Okay." He goes, "Now, he says, I want to help support you. I know you."
Uh-oh. Steven froze up. What happened?
Oh, it'll come up. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So I'm going to go full screen. Mike, I'm going to add you to the thing here because I want to get your reaction to this. So he goes, "I want to make sure you have the money that you need," or he goes, "I want to make sure that you have the right kind of currency. So when you're traveling," he goes, "I want to make sure," and he gave me these. He goes, "I want to make sure you have your original galactic credits."
Oh, cool.
And he says the galactic credits. That's so funny that it's probably yellow enough to think. So let me see if I can. Oh, see, that's going to do that. Maybe I need to make it brighter or less bright.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So then he goes, but just in case that wherever you're traveling, thinking of Grogu and all that kind of stuff, wherever you're traveling, he's like, "I want to make sure that you still have interchangeable currency. So just in case." Now, this is a lie. I have not looked at these yet, but we're going to open these up live here on the show. And he says, "I want to make sure you have this kind of currency too." And he goes, "These are your Imperial credits."
Nice.
And I got the bronze. Looks like the gold reflects back, and there's the titanium kind of stuff. So now you have Imperial credits. But just in case your Imperial credits don't work, he says, well, I'll make sure you have these, and and these are your, he goes, these are your Republic credits.
Oh, wow.
So I got Galactic Empire credits, then I got the Imperial credits, and then now I've got Republic credits.
Very cool.
And all. So I like, oh man, that's pretty cool. So with the Mandalorian movie coming out kind of a thing, I thought, oh, this would be kind of fun. So anyway, those are gifts from my brother.
Well,
and all.
I got a bar of Beskar here.
Oh, he was ordering one, but yours looks like it's signed.
It is. It's signed by Dominic Pace, also known as Gecko from Mandalorian, who we've had on the show before.
When did you? I don't remember when you got that. When did you get that? Oh, when you went to go see him?
Yeah, when Dominic had his appearance at, I had that, the toy store that I like to go to.
Right.
He made his appearance there, and he had, these are 3D printed bars of Beskar with the Imperial imprint on it, Imperial cog on it. And I bought one, and if you bought something from him, he autographed it. So he autographed
That's cool. So my brother did say that he's ordered that. Cool. So like it's a metal alloy. He ordered one of those. He goes, it didn't come in yet. So
yeah, unfortunately mine's not metal, but it's still cool.
It's very cool. It doesn't have to be metal.
Yeah.
This 3D printing thing makes you wonder if you get a 3D printer, but they're probably super expensive. Either that or just like a regular printer, the ink is super expensive.
I have friends who have 3D printers, and I think the price is coming down on them considerably. And they're getting better. They're getting a lot better at what they can do with them and stuff. So
yeah.
But yeah, so I got my bar of Beskar.
Nice. I love it. Love it. Yeah.
Maybe I thought take it to the armorer the armorer, and she can make something for me.
Yeah. Maybe. That's
maybe a Calderon.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, all right. Well, see, now we're all set and ready for next week for Grogu.
Yes.
Mandalorian Grogu, excuse me. We all know who the real star is. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's Grogu. He's definitely the real star.
Yeah. Yep. By the way, everybody, Mike told me last week that there was a special clip on Disney Plus, on Disney Plus for Mandalorian Grogu. And he described it, and he just kind of told me what it was. I'm like, I made sure to watch it this week, and I really liked that clip.
Did you watch it?
I did. Because you mentioned it, so I looked for it, and I like, this is really cool. And
so tell me this: did it get you more excited for the movie?
It got me more excited for the movie. Yeah,
good deal.
Yeah,
good deal.
It did.
Because I'll admit, I wasn't super excited, for the last few weeks. And then I saw that and I went, oh, dang. Yeah. I want to see this.
Yeah.
Oh, I do have one more thing.
Oh, yeah.
So Burger King has a promotion right now.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yes.
And we went there early this week and had dinner and got a couple of the specialty cups. It's hard to see.
They're still in the plastic.
Yeah.
They're still in the cover.
Yeah, I thought that was cool that they're doing that. They're still in the you can't really see the
I see the images. Yeah.
But
it is hard to see them, but yeah.
Yeah, so like this green one, Grogu's pretty prominent on the front of it. I'm trying to get to where you can see it, but
it's hard to see through the plastic.
Just hard to see.
The cover.
And then I got a black one, and the black one has Mando.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah.
There. And then it has his insignia, the Mudhorn, on it too.
Do you have to get? Do you have to get like a value meal to get those? Is that what that is?
Yeah, they have a special Mando Grogu value meal. It's a special Whopper that they have. Well, they have the Whopper. They have chicken nuggets,
chicken fries,
Ooh, chicken fries,
a shake,
and cheesy tots.
And cheesy tots.
Oh man!
And there's a couple different versions of the combo you can get.
Yeah.
Or you can get the big one that has everything in it.
Okay.
Which I didn't do because that's like it's really expensive to get everything, and I didn't need all that food either.
Yeah.
So I just got the Whopper and the fries and a drink so I could get the cups. And Megan got the Whopper, fries, and a drink also. So we got 2 of the 4 cups. There's black, green, red, and blue.
Oh.
And the blue has Zeb on it, and I think the red just has a...
I think it has another version of Mando.
I don't think it's Mando. I think it's just another Mandalorian, actually. But yeah.
Oh, man.
I forgot about those, and then you started talking about Mando and Grogu, and I was like, oh, wait.
I got my cups.
I got real cool cups.
Yeah.
Of course, I probably should have saved those for next week, but that's all right.
Oh, we're just leading into it. We're going to be excited.
The other 2.
Yeah,
maybe have the other 2. Yeah, we have a Burger King, and it's not real active. It's not it sits in the parking lot of the grocery store that we go to. But I think most people just hit the grocery store. They don't go to Burger King. So I'm like, hey, I have a good chance of getting all those cups.
There you go. Go buy Burger King and get yourself a cool Mando
I may
cup.
be hitting Burger King today.
I wish they had like the glasses like back in the day, the real glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Like Burger Chef had those awesome McDonald's had those awesome Star Wars glasses back in the day, along with the posters, and man, they had some fabulous promos back in the day. But
then it got expensive to pay people. Then the food went up, and then they went smaller sizes. Do you remember the Whopper? There used to be a Whopper and a Whopper Junior. I swear today, the Whopper today is the Whopper Junior from way back.
I don't know, because that Mando Whopper, it's pretty big.
Yeah.
Is it?
Pretty
Yeah.
decent size.
I actually left like a bite of it that I didn't eat, and I didn't eat all of my fries either. So,
wow.
Yeah. So
okay.
I don't know. I was pretty full by the time I got to that. All right. So I don't know. I think it's still pretty big burger.
Right on.
But I don't know. I don't go to Burger King all the time, so. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're right. I don't know. I go there every once in a great while.
It's all good. That's okay. All right. Are we ready for the main event?
Oh, Brenda also put, we also got crowns too. They got a Mando crown and a Grogu crown also.
I think they're in the
That's funny.
Yeah, I think they're in the car too. I don't think we ever brought them in the house. So. All right. Yes, I'm ready for the main event. Sorry.
All right. Let's do it. It's time for the main event. All right. We are talking Batman Revolution.
Batman?
All right.
Batman, you say?
Don't know.
Oh, where'd Steven go? I looked down and he disappeared on me. Well, while he's gone, so yeah, we will be talking about John Jackson Miller's latest novel, Batman Revolution. Well, actually, I don't know if it's his latest novel now, but it is his latest Batman novel. This came out, I think, last October. And I got it for Christmas or my birthday. I forget which one. I had read John Jackson Miller's first Batman novel, which was super good.
Yeah.
And then when this came out, I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta get this. I gotta get this. So,
right. And it was bigger than the first one.
yeah, it's much more bigger.
Much more bigger. Cheers. Okay, we'll do.
Oh, by the way, I am drinking a severed lime liquid death today. So
Those
it's
are
green.
the good ones. That's
It's
a good
green
one.
in honor of the Riddler.
Nice. Nice.
There's always a rhyme and a reason for my madness.
Oh my goodness. So it is bigger. It's a bigger book. Now that you've read it, did you like it better than the first book?
I think so. When you first said that, because you listened to it before I read it.
Yep.
And you were like, "Oh, it's better, Mike." And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know if it could be better." That first one was great.
First one was really good, yes.
And I think just the way he handles the Riddler in this, I really, really like his version of the Riddler.
I love his version of the Riddler. We couldn't talk about it, and we'll talk more about it here in a little bit, everybody. But
sure,
but yeah,
and I think part of the reason I like that Riddler, so I'm wearing my The Batman T-shirt today.
Night, man, you went Batman all out today.
I
love
did.
it.
I wanted to make sure I was representing Batman today. Not actually the shirt I wanted to wear. The shirt I wanted to wear was dirty, so I couldn't wear that. Or the Batman or the Batman. That's funny because Catwoman says that in the movie. Is it the Batman or the Batman? Or Selena Kyle says that. Which Selena Kyle is in this book too, and she's great.
Yes.
But anyway, I forgot where I was going.
We were talking about the book. We were talking about how he handled the Riddler.
Yes, and the Batman, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, the Batman came out 3 years ago now, something like that.
For sure, yeah.
And I was excited about that movie. And don't get me wrong, I like the movie. It's a good movie. I think Batman's good in it. I think most of the characters are very good in it.
Mm-hmm.
I was not very fond of their version of the Riddler, though. I just didn't like him, you know? And I generally like the Riddler. I mean, the Riddler is a main character in Batman Long Halloween. He's a main character in Hush and it's a couple of my favorite Batman stories. So, I am a fan of the Riddler and I just did not care for him. But man, the way John Jackson Miller handles him, I think is just superb.
It's an incredible version of the Riddler.
Oh, it is.
And for me, I have to say, just how he wrote him, and we'll go into more details. I don't want to spoil anything just yet, but he's become one of my favorite characters.
I like him a lot.
Of the Riddlers, he's become one of my favorites because he made him just an interesting backstory that we'll get to.
Mm-hmm.
And then what he truly becomes later on in the story, how he becomes the Riddler. Is it the Riddler or the Riddler? I'll say that. And then just how things kind of close out in the book itself. So, but we'll get to that because I think that's important for us to talk about. But he's become one of my favorite rogues gallery villains compared to all the ones that are out there. He's not my favorite. But
definitely not my favorite, but
he
good.
It's just John Jackson Miller just did an incredible job in writing this character.
Agreed.
Did you think when you read it? Did you think there were some similar story beats with how he wrote the first book?
Oh yeah.
I thought it was really interesting. Yeah,
it's kind of like he has a formula for these books.
Yeah,
and I think he's just applying that to each of these stories as he goes. And I can't wait for the third one. I mean, he hasn't announced it yet, but we know there's going to be a third one. There has to be a third one.
I hope so.
Oh my gosh. Well, especially the way this one ended. I think there has to be a third one.
Yeah.
It isn't like a huge cliffhanger, but there is a cliffhanger. So
yeah, that's true. All right. Well, if I guess we need to rank the book and stuff. So what should we do for our ranking for the book?
That's easy. Question marks.
Question marks. Got it. Question everything.
That's right.
And that's so apropos for that book. I don't know. So, how many question marks would you give it?
Okay. I wanted to give this a 10. I really wanted to give it.
Okay.
And I've said before, I don't hand out 10s for like movies, TV shows that often. But a book or a comic book might be a little easier to hand a 10 out to.
Okay.
And the only reason I say that is because I'm a little unsure about the ending of this book, and we have to talk about that.
Okay.
Because I felt like it was going one direction, and then it felt like it went the opposite by the time I got to the very end. And not that it was bad. It wasn't bad. It was just, I was like, oh, I mean, there was a slight bit of disappointment, but not enough to make me go, oh, I don't like this book or anything like that. You know, good. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying it's enough to knock it down one question mark to a 9. Other than that, yeah, this would be a 10.
Yeah. So I definitely gave it a 9 out of 10. Question marks. Definitely. Because it was, it makes me want to be, read more John Jackson Miller stuff, actually. Because there is, I think you're right. I think there is a formula. It works. There was a similarity between them, but he mixed it up just a little bit more in this book compared to the other one. But I enjoyed every single moment of this book. It was just intriguing, and if everybody remembers the first one, the Bat Van was one of my because my brain wanted, because this is 89 time frame, so my brain wanted to go back to the A-Team, the A-Team van. Yeah, we're very careful we don't get a copyright strike. So
I love it when a plan comes together.
Yes, that's what I imagined, but with Batman frills. You know what I mean? So when we got to the Batman, so I was like, "This is great." It made sense to me. That time frame, it was just kind of nostalgia hitting for me, so I loved it.
Dude, now I want to get a model of the A-Team van and turn it into the Bat Van.
Right? You could ask Gemini to do it. Gemini, based upon the book.
Oh, I didn't think about that. I should try.
What's the image? What's the image? What would be the prompt for an image for the Bat Van? Bringing in some nods to the A-Team van, the A-Team TV show van.
Oh, that would be so cool.
You're pulling up Gemini, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
All right.
How did you know?
You do that. Let me finish up my story. So the reason I continue to give it a 9 out of 10, because he introduced 2 characters in there that were intriguing, and I didn't know where they were going to be. And when you and I talked, you're like, oh, who is this person? Who is the archer? And who is the other character that we'll have to talk about later. And it was funny because you'd be asking me those questions. I'm like, you just got to finish it. You just got to finish it. And I was curious with the twist at the end on those, what your thoughts were. And so we're going to get into that. So, but he introduced new characters that were very intriguing, and even even the intrigue of the story with this. What was the group called? The Servants of Freedom.
Yes, Servants of Freedom.
And how they did that as well. Michael Boster, I'm a little late to the party. That's my brother, everybody.
Welcome.
Hey, I already shared your gift of where you gave me all the for my travels in space. So my my original Galactic ones, my Imperial credits. I've already sold the Imperial credits, and then the Republic credits. And so thank you, my brother. I've enjoyed those.
Okay, this was a quick thing from Gemini, but here, you want to see what it looks like?
Yeah, you want to share your screen?
Yeah.
All right, I'll pull up the share your screen thing.
It's kind of funny.
All right, let me bring it up. Here we go. Oh, that's hysterical. So everybody, what he did was he did the Bat Van, but it's a GMC truck. Man, he made it just like the A-Team truck. Maybe we should tell him, don't do the influence of the.
Well, I wanted to kind of cross the A-Team van with Batman. So, I mean, it gave me what I asked for.
It did give what he asked for. It's not a bad picture. It's kind of funny.
It is
actually
funny.
We'll post that on our Ko-fi page.
I love the gargoyle in the background and the bat light.
It did a pretty good job with that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I'm impressed.
That's funny. So there you have it. There's the Bat Van.
We probably should do another one just to say, okay, based upon the story, just create the Batman.
Yeah.
So that's funny. All right. Okay. Well, with that, okay. So are we ready to go into spoilerific territory for everybody? Because there's a lot to talk about. Okay. Nobody Fool says, that's cool, Michael.
Thank you.
Let's see. Okay. All right. Let me get my banner up so that way we tell everybody. Okay. If you have not read the Batman Revolution book, which contains the Riddler, we're going to ask you, pretty please, go read that and then come back. I don't want to. There's some good stuff, and we're just going to talk spoilerific stuff the rest of this time that we try to keep quiet. As people, I mean, the book's been out now for a little while, for about 6 months now, I want to say, because I think it came out in October.
Yeah, I think it came out in October, so 6 months.
And yeah, so, but it's worth reading. Get it at your local library, purchase a copy, Audible credit. It's worth listening to. And I really enjoyed it. And I don't want to spoil anything for you because it is good, but Mike and I have not talked spoilers whatsoever, and we're dying to do so. So that is our request. Come back and then
we've
tell us what you
saved it
think.
for the podcast.
We surely did. All right. So let's first talk about just kind of some of the main themes in the core the core aspects. What was the word? Core hooks, I think, that you had worked up on here. Mike did a great job, everybody, getting us show notes today. So I got to give kudos for you on that. So with that, let's just talk the Riddler. I referenced it earlier, and I just want to get it out there and just say what I what's the word? I loved the origin story of this Riddler.
Me too.
So give me your thoughts on Norman Pinkus.
Yes. So Norman Pinkus, which is an original alternate name, real name for the Riddler. John Jackson Miller did not borrow that from DC Comics. He came up with his own alternate identity for the Riddler. I really liked it. I thought it fit his character very well. Mm-hmm. It wasn't quite on the nose as Enigma, which Enigma does get used because that ends up being his pen name, which I love the fact that he still used Enigma, but he didn't make that his name. So I thought that was cool. Loved that. I loved Norman's mother. She was great.
Yes.
And
a very loving, doting mother who
might have been a little too loving and doting, which leads Norman into what he becomes. One of the things that leads him into what he becomes. but her character was fantastic.
Yeah.
I
that
just
was really
loved her.
good. Yeah.
So and it was emotional. Again, we're in spoiler territory. So, his mother dies at one point, and that was emotional. It was emotional when she dies. And that's just
because you liked her as a character. You
Right.
understood the relationship that she had with Norman and their upbringing, living in the library, you know, so poor, being super poor and having to, you know, but then that shaped Norman. And so that relationship of where they were and how, you know, how she tried to take care of him. And then when she died, you're like, oh,
Right.
I mean, it did affect you as a reader. It's one of those few
And
times
that's
where
just a
someone
sign
dies, you're like, what?
of good writing. If
Yes.
you can make the reader emotionally connected to a character, you've done a good job. And John Jackson Miller does a fantastic job. He is a great author.
He really is.
I've read both the Batman books and I've read Obi-Wan Kenobi. And Obi-Wan Kenobi is a fantastic book too. It'll give you a complete and total alternative to the Obi Kenobi. It sounded funny. To the Kenobi series that we get on Disney Plus, and you know, we did our episode of Kenobi where
with John Jackson Miller, didn't we?
No, well, yeah, we did. I don't think we talked a whole lot about the book though.
No, we didn't. We talked about him.
We just kind of talked about him and his works and so on.
Yeah.
And so that was the first episode we had him on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say he's a fantastic writer. And like I said, if he can make you emotionally connected to a character, that's just a sign of a great writer. So
yeah. Yes, very much so. So with Norman, what other aspects of Norman did you like or not like? Or
I like that he works for the Gotham Gazette, which is great. And he's just mild and meek, and he kind of sneaks around. Nobody recognizes him. Nobody notices him.
Pays attention to him.
No one pays attention to him, but yet he does not call attention to himself. So, I mean, I think it's perfectly written to be the Riddler, to be the future Riddler, you know, who is outspoken, boisterous. He is the complete opposite of Norman Pinkus.
Yeah.
And
it's like a caricature he created.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what's interesting, John Jackson Miller did like breadcrumbs to get to that point because he, you know, as he was working for the Gazette, he was doing these puzzles and people were loving the puzzles. And then they made it where, you know, people were like, oh, you could win prizes and all that. And you get some of that in the book too. So if you get the physical copy of the book, it's in there. How one of the puzzles worked. And I just thought that was very clever on John Jackson Miller's part.
Well, at the end of each chapter,
here, let me get you full screen.
You get a word search at the end of each chapter, which is pretty cool. And then when you flip the page over, it's pretty neat because it says part 2. You know, it gives you the title.
2 Worlds, 1 War.
Right. I thought that was a really cool.
It's clever. Yeah, you don't get that in the audiobook, everybody.
Right. Yeah. Even found that out when we interviewed John.
Yeah.
Because I had the physical book, but I hadn't started reading yet. Yeah. And John had said, well, Stephen, you missed out on something because you got the audio. And he told him about the puzzles and everything. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And I'm flipping through it. I go, yeah, I see them. They're right here. I got them.
Yeah.
But now you have the physical copy.
I do. I ordered directly through him to get some books just to be supportive of him. And
trying to find.
And also, yeah. And I think you could do it on, was it eBay he sent you to? I think he sent you to eBay.
I don't know. I bought mine at Barnes & Noble. So.
Did you? Yeah.
Or, well, I didn't buy it. Megan or Brenda bought it. because they got it for me for Christmas.
Nice. Yeah. So here, let me put it back to the. Come on, there it goes.
Yeah, no one needs to see my face that big.
So you didn't do the word searches.
No, I didn't do it. I don't like to write in my books. Megan said I didn't do the word searches.
Yeah, I was gonna write my books because I wanted to do the puzzles, but I was like, no, I better not. But I do write in books though.
I don't write in books like that. I might.
Do you write in your Bible?
From time to time, I do.
Oh, okay.
But now I have a notebook that I most of my notes go in my notebook and not in the Bible.
I don't want
either.
to right. Yeah.
I don't have an issue writing in the Bible. I mean, I think you should take notes in the Bible, but I don't know. There's just something about some
other books and stuff.
Yeah, especially like the Batman books. That's a collectible, you know. It's like, I don't want to.
It's the collectible side.
I don't want to taint it.
It kind of makes me think of a word search that I found recently.
Which is what?
So there's a website called Murd Search, and it's a murder mystery word search.
Really? What's the name of it again?
Murd Search, MURDSEARCH.com.
That sounds like something Jeff and Zig of Nerdery and Murdery need to be looking at.
It's really cool. I wish there was an app. There's actual books. I want to get one. I think there's like 3 volumes out.
Oh, that's cool.
But the creator is in Germany, I think. Let me go look up.
So as far as me not wanting to do the puzzles in Batman Revolution, Nobody Fool says, that way you buy 2 books.
Oh, nice.
I'm sure John Jackson Miller
appreciate that.
Yeah, appreciates you saying that too.
That is funny.
They're in Australia. So there's a website and there's a daily one, but it updates at a weird time because they're from Australia.
Oh, okay.
Let me do.
They're like 12 hours ahead or behind us.
Something
one of
like
the two.
that. They're time travelers.
Yeah, they're time travelers.
That's not me. I don't want that one. Sorry.
there
it is.
Yeah. It's really cool.
Murdsearch.com. So you can hit daily puzzle. Cane crossbow. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So you do the word search, and either you get the words, like the answers are from ones that you can't find in the word search, and then there's sometimes the letters that make up that aren't part of the words that are actually in it. Can make up the answers too.
Huh.
It's a really cool game.
And you can actually do it online too, and it automatically cuts off the stuff for you and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
I've been doing it on my iPad because I have a Apple Pencil. Well, knockoff.
Yeah.
That's cool. Man, John Jackson Miller should have done something like this as a companion to the book. That would have been neat.
That would have been cool. All right, let me get back to the thing because my ADD is kicking in, and I want to finish the crossword puzzle. But I'm not
sorry. I thought it was really cool.
The word search, yeah. Murder in the Morning Fairy. Okay,
that's funny. Okay, so so Norman Pinkus, or the Riddler, was fantastic. Probably my favorite character in the book, hands down.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, Batman's going to be my favorite, but next to Batman, of course, it was the Riddler in this.
It was great.
So
yeah.
good.
So, what other characters were in here that you found intriguing and interesting?
Well, I love that John Jackson Miller brings everybody back from the Burton verse, because we have Harvey Dent is back again. Because Harvey Dent was also in the first book. We have Alexander Knox, and I love Alexander Knox. I think he's so much fun, and man, he has a big part in this book. Gosh, I wish this was a movie. I really do.
It would have been great.
It would have been so good as a movie. So would the last one too. But man, this would have been awesome.
Well,
as a movie.
We've got to talk about the with Alexander Knox in the date scene because it's not just the date scene, but it's also what Knox wants what he ends up giving money to Norman to get a suit,
Yeah,
and where that leads.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So, Alexander Knox is great. We get Selena Kyle in this, and
Yeah.
she's fantastic. You know,
Yep.
and I was like, how is he going to bring Selena in this? You know, being still before Batman Returns,
Mhm.
and because she can't come in as Catwoman, you know, we can't have that.
Right.
And he does a great job with the character, and she's just fantastic.
I thought it gave more weight and information about a character, more emotional balance that you got. So now when you go back to Batman 2 with Selena Kyle,
Mm-hmm.
it's more devastating.
Yes.
Emotional
Oh,
weight
Steven, you
into the
froze up.
character.
You froze up.
Oh, did I freeze up?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least you did on my end.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. My internet's funky. It was funky last night too. I was having some problems with it. So
Okay.
must be having some issues. So
yeah,
that's on my end.
It helps kind of iron out that relationship between her and Christopher Walken's character.
Max.
Yes, Max Schreck. Max Schreck. And Max Schreck is in this again, and he's a huge part of it, and he's fantastic. Love him.
Yeah.
And his son's back too.
Yeah.
What is his son's name? I can't think of it. Is it
I
Mitch?
can't remember.
I can't think of his son's name.
But it gave you more character development because, you know, in Batman 2, you didn't get a whole lot of character development for those characters. It was more action and stuff. But what John Jackson Miller does is give you more character to help you. Then when you go back to see Batman 2, it's really good.
Oh, and then, of course, we get the backstory of what happens to his partner that Penguin brings up in that scene where Penguin and Max meet, you know, and Penguin's like, look, whatever's in your backyard, I got. Whatever's in your trash, I flaunt. You know, how about these papers? You know,
and a lot of patience taped. Yeah, he taped
a lot
them together.
of tape and a lot of patience goes a long way. And then he goes, hey, whatever happened to your partner? Oh God, what was his name? Goodness, I can't think of his name. But anyway, he's like, what happened to your partner? Oh, he's on an extended vacation. Oh, really? Well, say hi to his hand.
Yeah.
We get the backstory between them two, and it's great.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It is good.
I mean, and that guy's just a total creep and a jerk. You think Max is bad?
Yeah.
He makes Max look good. And Max sucks, man. He's horrible. So yeah, I mean,
yes.
John Jackson Miller just does a fantastic job of just expanding these characters that we got in the films, and just some cool backstories, you know, to each of these characters, and they just fit in so well with the book. You know, nothing feels out of place. It doesn't feel like it's forced. You know, it's just it's just a natural part of the story, and it works so well. So yeah,
it's good. So let's talk about the character, the two characters we mentioned at the beginning. There was the whole aspect of we've got the Archer, and everybody. Mike was like, Archer is somebody. The Archer is somebody, and he's like,
the Archer kept saying it, and
crazy, drove you crazy. And I was like, what did I tell you? Just got to finish reading it.
Just got to finish reading it. That was kind of a letdown for me.
Sure.
I mean, I like the character. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But I was really expecting the Archer to be somebody, because just about everybody he introduces
has some kind of connection somewhere.
Right. Has some kind of connection and is a DC character at some point. You know, it turns out, you know, Norman Pinkus is the Riddler. And then we'll talk about another character who is another person within the Batman,
which was the big secret that John Jackson Miller wanted to keep.
Yeah, that was a huge secret. So
Yeah.
so yeah,
we haven't said
don't
anything yet.
don't tell
so-
anyone. Don't tell
Right.
John that we said this because he'll
Yeah.
be upset with us that we gave it away. So if you have
We're
not
doing
read, I can't stress.
story.
Yeah, but I can't
Yes.
stress enough. If you have not read the book or listened to the audiobook, please go do that before you watch this because we don't want to spoil it for you. But
Yeah.
you've had your warning.
Yeah.
He just does such a good job. And this one character he introduces as the Archer. And I'm sitting there going, okay, who's the Archers in DC Comics? So, of course, the first one that comes to mind is Green Arrow. And, got Oliver Queens. And I'm like,
Oliver Queen.
well, he wouldn't make Oliver a bad guy. He wouldn't make him one of Batman's nemesis. That doesn't make sense. And I'm like,
Right.
who's an Archer who's a bad guy in the DC universe? And then it finally hit me, Merlin, because Merlin was one of Green Arrow's nemesis in the Arrow series. That was actually
part of the league. He was part of the League of Shadows.
He was part of the League of Shadows. You know, so I was like, "Ooh, well, maybe it's Merlin, or if it's not Merlin, maybe it's the League of Shadows. Somebody in the League of Shadows. Ooh, maybe it's Ra's al Ghul, which I was super excited about that.
Yeah, yep.
I'm like, oh my gosh, if he brings Ra's al Ghul in this is going to be fantastic, and he better be the big baddie in 3.
Yeah,
and it was none of them. I was just
none.
Oh my
None
God.
of them.
I
felt so bad for you. I felt so bad for it because I'm like, you just have to read, kind of.
And
thing.
I got all the way to the end, and I'm like, he's nobody. Dang it! I really wanted him to be somebody in the DC universe. And
what was really interesting, I think one of the things about him was his affinity for music and
that was the thing that kept throwing me off. Because they called him the maestro or something like that. Also, he was not only the Archer, but he was like the maestro or something.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Hello, everyone. Hello, Sam.
Hello, Sam. Welcome.
It's good.
But so that was probably my only real disappointment to this was just that he wasn't, one of the DC Archers. That's all.
Right. Yeah. It's a great character.
He was a good character. I don't deny that.
I thought the music affinity to how he was creating his own, or how his rhythm of how he did his work had a musical score to it. In other words, there was something about it that he was connected to. And I thought that was really interesting.
Which makes him, that's kind of one of those interesting things that for a Batman villain. So it works. He works as a Batman villain. I just wanted him to already be a DC villain, and he wasn't.
It would have been cool if he was a League of Shadows Archer, trained Archer kind of a thing, and then we did get Ra's al Ghul.
Come on, John, bring Ra's al Ghul into this.
He would do such a good job with that character.
Oh, I think so too. I think he'd do.
He would just do phenomenal. Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe it's coming in the 3rd book. Who knows?
Maybe. It's hard to say. That's a good call. Okay.
I mean, there's got to be a 3rd book.
Yep. So, all right. So now we got to get it. We got to hit it. Who is our other villain?
Okay. So the other villain, how did Batman kept referring to him? What was it? The flying, I forget. Batman had something he called him. Gosh, what did he call him? I can't think of it. Anyway,
you're gonna type it in to say what did he call him? I know I can't remember either. But this character, everybody, you don't know who he is, but he.
Did you figure it out?
No, I did not figure it out.
I didn't either. I couldn't figure it out. And then they finally revealed it, and I went, oh, okay, that makes sense. All right, I get it.
And some of your people are probably going, just tell us who it is already, for crying out loud. Go ahead, Mike.
The character is actually the Killer Moth,
Yeah.
which is kind of a minor DC villain. Killer Moth doesn't get a lot of love, really. He's kind of a silly villain. And man, John Jackson Miller made him fit in so well to the Burton universe. I love it.
It made him a serious, not a silly character, but made him a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
Character.
He was a character that Batman and Bruce Wayne as a kid, both of them admired.
Yes.
So I thought that was cool. And influenced some of Batman's gadgets.
Yes.
Which I thought was a great connection.
And what was the really cool thing? There was a connection with his dad, and that they were getting ready to make a deal, and it really would have changed.
So his dad invented the flyer. That's what Batman called him. The flyer. And basically, Killer Moth's dad invented the flyer, the thing that he uses for flight. Okay. And it was proposed to the Wayne Industries, to go into production or whatnot, and so on and so forth. And I don't remember why, but for some reason
it was the Crime Alley.
Oh, was it?
It was. If I remember right, yeah, I thought it was a Crime Alley thing. Maybe I projected that, but I mean, it was.
The deal fell apart, though.
The deal fell apart because of everything that happened with the death of the Waynes.
Right. Oh, dang it. I felt like I had to sneeze and it won't come out.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh, God, I hate that too.
Right.
So anyway, the deal falls apart and he loses everything because of it. And because of that, what is the Killer Moth's real name? Do I have that in my notes?
Drury Walker.
Drury Walker hates the Wayne family because of it. So there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that throughout this book that for one other reason, for one reason or another, people just hate the Wayne family, even though the Wayne family tries to do all this good, but they always end up getting hated for some reason and stuff. But yeah, so he hates the Wayne family because of this. And then you have should I say it?
It's spoilerific territory. Everybody, I'm going to say it one more time because we're saying it through the whole thing. If you have not read the book, stop, read the book. If you want to read the book, if you don't want to read the book, you can listen. But if by chance, any chance there's either you may listen to the book or read the book, we are in spoilerific territory, and so we're about to spoil another interesting connection. Right. I'm telling you, John Jackson Miller just brings everything. I mean, he just you don't see it coming, and then you're like, well, wait a minute, and then boom, he hits you with all these connections.
It's like the spider web,
Yeah,
a lot of interconnecting stuff. So there's a female character who ends up befriending Norman Pinkus, who helps to create the Riddler in some ways, because the Riddler kind of got created by another character, which is something we both found hilarious and love. But she really helps to develop who the Riddler is, okay, and his persona, and turns him into kind of a revolutionary is what she ends up doing. And her name is Camille.
And she runs the revolutionaries, the whole revolution. She runs the what was the name of them again? The
Sons of
Freedom. Servants of Freedom.
Servants of Freedom. Right. Servants of Freedom. That is her group that she runs. And she pulls Norman into it.
Yeah. And John Jackson Miller wrote it as an old group, like continuing the legacy of a group that's been around a long time with emblems and,
kind of the birth of our nation.
Yeah. It
ties all the way back to the founding fathers and everything,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool.
Yeah. And Alfred was like, "Oh, have you not read this book?" And he does the book, and then it helps them decipher some other riddles or information and stuff. So it was really
and
good.
Alfred is fantastic in this.
Oh, he's
book, too.
fantastic in this. Yes.
He's so good. But anyway, Camille, almost her entire life has been followed by what she kept calling a guardian angel
Mhm.
who would protect her. And it turns out it was Killer Moth.
Yes.
And then Killer Moth actually inadvertently ends up in the Sons of Freedom or Servants of Freedom. I don't know why I want to say Sons of Freedom.
That's all right. Servants of Freedom. Yes.
He inadvertently ends up in the Servants of Freedom, but he won't reveal who he is to her.
Yeah.
But she finally realizes, wait a minute, you're the one that's been following me all these years.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out it's actually her father. And he's been trying to protect her. And she thought he was dead. So
yeah,
it's this great family dynamic. It was just another hidden gem within the book. It was so good. It was so good. I loved it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you had this relationship between Camille and Norman. And like I said, she helps to kind of develop his version of the Riddler, turns him into kind of a revolutionary. He actually kind of becomes the leader of the Servants of Freedom. Steven disappeared again. But what was really cool was, and I said this earlier, that there was another part of the puzzle to creating the Riddler. So Camille actually disguises herself and she ends up working. She works for Max Schreck.
Sorry.
There
I'm
you
back
are.
now.
Back. I was just talking about Camille and the fact that she disguised herself as one of Max Schreck's employees. And she asks Norman, or she didn't ask Norman. She asked Alexander Knox on a date. But the trick was he had to go on a double date because she had a friend, so he had to find a date, somebody for a date for her friend. And her friend turns out to be Selena Kyle.
Yep.
So he picks Norman to be the date for Selena. And Norman's like, I've never been on a date. He's very awkward, very socially awkward. And he's like, I've never been on a date. And he's like, don't worry. I got you, man. I got you. Here's some money. Go get yourself a suit and all this stuff. And Norman's like, okay. So Norman goes down to the thrift store and he buys himself this bright green suit. Which, of course, is very Riddler-like.
Yes, with money left over, because
right, and a derby, a derby hat. Again, very Riddler-like.
Yep.
And then he has money left over on top of it. He saved money because he went to the thrift store and bought the suit. And he shows up, and Alexander Knox is like, "What in the world are you wearing? I gave you money to buy a suit." He goes, "I used your money and I didn't spend it all."
Yeah.
I'm thrifty. Oh, I loved it. I just loved it. So then Knox introduces him to the ladies. And when he does, he introduces him as Norman Pinkus. He is the author of the riddles that you see in the Gotham Gazette. Therefore, he is the Riddler. So he not only supplies the Riddler with his costume, he names him. And I read that and I died laughing. I'm like, oh my God, Alexander Knox just created the Riddler and doesn't even know it. Oh, this is fantastic. And we also had found out previously in the book that Norman had been secretly helping Knox with a lot of his stories. So Norman would find out things and then secretly give it to Knox
Mm-hmm.
for Knox to be able to write his stories with, which was fantastic. And it just showed you
Yeah.
the brilliant mind of Norman Pinkus and
Yes.
who he was
Yeah.
and everything. So that was another cool thing. But yeah, they go on this date, and then the date was just crazy because Norman like spills stuff all over Camille, I think it was either Camille or Selena. I forget who he spilled stuff on, and then ends up like trashing the entire table and all this stuff, and then somehow sets the table on fire with his money, his leftover money sitting on the table. And he was supposed to pay for the date with the leftover money, but now it got burned. I mean, everything just went completely wrong for him. And
Right.
it was so funny. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so good. And it just fits the character so well.
Mm-hmm.
Another great example of how good of an author John Jackson Miller actually is. So,
Yeah.
that was great. And it was the beginning of the Riddler, and it was just fantastic. I loved it.
Yeah. It was good. It was great. It's a good book. Everybody, I encourage you, if you have not read it, you stayed with us through this whole thing. There are other things that happened that we didn't talk about, but just want to encourage you to get the book. Get the book.
Yeah.
The audiobook's good. The audiobook's read well. It's done very well. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you have an Audible credit or something you want to use, go for it. The other thing I want to encourage you is, but if you get the book, you get the puzzles.
And it's a good read too. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
This is some books, man, I just don't want to put down. And this is one. I was like, I just want to read some more. I want to read one more chapter.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Mm-hmm.
that kind of book. And
Yeah.
I was able to fly through it pretty quickly because of that. That's always a plus in reading for me, because I'm kind of a slow reader. But then, man, if I can take off and I really get into it, that's a plus.
That's a good thing. So like how we do our movie reviews, our scales and stuff. Really, is this a book you couldn't put down? We can add that.
That's a
like
good.
we start creating our book one. It's a book I couldn't put down, or I stayed up late to watch, or listen, or read. Stayed up late to read, or I just had to get another chapter in. Or we should create that. We'll create our book review kind of scale and stuff like that. Did you fall asleep while reading it? Yeah. Okay, that's not a good book.
Well, now that's not. I don't think that's a good judgment, because, man, sometimes you just get tired and it has nothing.
Oh, fair enough.
I've definitely been engrossed in books so much than trying to keep reading and falling asleep while trying to read.
Oh,
okay.
But
okay.
I didn't tell why I knocked it down to a 9. And this will be giving a big spoiler away too. So at the end of the book, Stephen disappeared again. So, I said Norman becomes the Riddler. He kind of becomes the sort of the leader of the
Sorry,
servants
I'm back now. Sorry.
Norman's Riddler sort of becomes the leader of the servants of revolution and everything. But Batman kind of changes his mind, which is fantastic. And it gives the Riddler this redemption story that I wasn't expecting whatsoever. We don't normally see that in a Batman villain. Now, granted, we got it with Clayface in the first book. Clayface did have a redemption story.
Yeah.
And Clayface comes into play in this book too. At the very end. But and I thought, wow, so Norman, because part of the thing that leads Norman to turning into the Riddler is he finally meets with Batman at one point, because he's been kind of an informant to the police, a secret informant to the police, and helping them out with cases. And Batman has been kind of stealing those recordings of him calling in to Commissioner Gordon and such. And it's been helping Batman solve his cases too. And Norman realizes, wait a minute, Batman is solving the cases through my tips. We would make a great team. So he meets with Batman and tries to convince him to make him a partner, and Batman refuses. So,
well, what's interesting about that dialogue, though, that was really good, was even though Norman had his way, Batman figured things out from a different perspective, which I was like, oh, isn't that interesting?
Yeah, because there were a few things that Batman figured out that Norman thought he used his tips for, and Batman's like, no, I didn't even know what your tip was on that one. I figured it out from this angle and explained how he figured it out. And Norman was very impressed because he's like, oh, wow, I didn't think of it from that, from that perspective. So they had different ideas of how to catch the criminal, but each one, was, working towards catching the criminal, which was cool, which is really cool. It gave a side of Riddler I don't think I've ever seen in the comic books, and I thought it was interesting. But so towards the end of it, things start falling apart for the Servants of Freedom, and Batman actually turns Norman around and gets him, well, let's face it, to come to the good side.
Yeah.
Come to the light side, Norman. Come to the light side. And come to the light side. And Norman starts helping Batman at this point. And I thought, wow, we have wow. We have this redemption story for the Riddler. And I thought that was really super cool. But Norman gets caught in the library that's burning down, and he gets burnt. And Batman rescues him, saves him, and Batman takes him to Gotham General and turns him in as a John Doe. Nobody knows who he is. So Norman is at the hospital as a John Doe. And then Batman needs the Riddler to make a statement, and he uses Clayface to disguise himself as the Riddler to make a statement. In the meantime, Norman's out at the hospital. So, and burnt like crispy fries. So I'm sitting here going, whoa, maybe Norman doesn't quite have the redemption story that I thought he had. And that's the only reason I knocked it down 1 point. Again, that's not to say that that's a bad ending, because I still think it's a great ending.
Right.
It's just not the ending that I wanted. So could I say it's like the ending of The Dark Knight? It's not the Batman we wanted, but it's the Batman we need. So it's not the Riddler I wanted, but the Riddler I needed.
I see. Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah. Well, it's a fabulous book. Fabulous book. It was really good. It was really good. And also, all right.
Highly recommend that you go out and get it. If you're a Batman fan, and especially if you were a Burtonverse fan, meaning a fan of the Batman 1989 and Batman Returns with the Michael Keaton Batman, then yes, definitely read these books. They're so good.
Yep. Absolutely. All right. Well, we're rounding out to the end, everybody. Yeah. Nice episode. That went quick. Here's the deal, everybody. If you enjoyed this, if you want more information about us and what we do, or go to our website at twogeeksmic.com, www.geeksmic.com, to our website. There we have all things Two Geeks. Real quick, see you, Nobody Fool. Great to have you with us.
Thanks for dropping in.
Yep, we appreciate it, man. Thank you. And then let's see. There at our website, you can get to our merch page, or you can go directly to www.twogeeksmicmerch.com to get there. Or if you want to help support us, we do have, instead of Patreon, we use Ko-fi. So ko-fi.com/2geeks, the number 2GEKS. Right now, we've got 2 episodes of our Lone Wolf playthrough, book 1 playthrough that are on there. We'll have episode 3 pretty soon. And then Then also, if you want to reach out to us, check us out at our website our email at show@twogeeksmike.com. Mike does a really good job of keeping up on that. And he sees that more than his own personal email.
Yes, this is true. All right. If you've made it this far, please make sure and go and like and subscribe to us on the socials. We are active on both Facebook and Instagram. I try to post funny memes. Sometimes I might steal them. Sometimes I might make them. Who knows? Or, just fun, geeky, relevant stuff, character anniversaries or releases of cool comic books, whatnot. Whatnot. But I also put information to when we go live. And speaking of going live, we go live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. You do the math on the rest. And we are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Rumble. And Rumble is live this morning. Because I got the link right. All right. Any last words, funny anecdotes, etc.?
Nope. We're good.
All right. Please do not Steven skip this episode because we are much more better than the rest. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for joining us today on the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast. Tune in next week when we will have more news and reviews. Until then,
may the force be with you.